During the open workouts yesterday, you mentioned that you were putting a lot of focus into your weight cut, and then when you left, Urijah actually said that when he'd been around you, you looked a little bit bigger to him. I'm wondering if you did put on a little bit of muscle mass for this fight, and if so, if that was by design?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's by design. I'm always trying to get as big as I can, actually, in between fights before I start my training camps, and then I get it off slowly. As I've gotten older, I put on a little bit of weight, and grown into my body a little bit better, I feel like, and it's not a bad thing. It's just part of the process. I still have it down to science. My weight's under control. It's just not fun making it. I kind of look like a concentration camp victim by the end of my cut, but I make it okay.
And then for Dominick, please. Yesterday, Urijah said he thinks that this all stems from that you're a little jealous about him. I know you probably wouldn't go that far, but is there some stuff about his notoriety and kind of the things he's gotten to do in his career that you want for yourself?
I mean, he's done a lot for the sport in the lighter weight classes. You can't deny him. Without him being started in the lighter weight classes, they probably wouldn't be where they are today. But jealousy, that's just his big head talking again. And it's far from that. It's more along the lines of, I've been a champion for a while now, and right after I win the title, it's questions about losing to Urijah Faber, and not questions about how well I did winning my title. And I'm ready for those questions to stop, and I'm ready to prove that I'm the champion that I am on Saturday night.
Questions for both Dominick and Urijah. Dominick, we'll start with you. Since that last fight, can you talk about the evolution of a fighter as yourself, and then the evolution of your opponent?
As a fighter myself, I've just really focused the last 4 years on fixing everything. I'm very dedicated to every aspect of the sport. I live my life for the sport right now. I've sacrificed everything to just focus on it. And my jiu-jitsu's gotten light years better, my grappling altogether. I've been able to out-wrestle some of the best wrestlers in my division. My striking as well. I feel like I've excelled everywhere. Like I said earlier, I've grown into my body a little bit better, and I feel stronger and faster than I've ever felt. So I'm excited for the things to come in the future, and especially Saturday night in the present, And as for Faber, I don't really know what he's done for himself. That's not really my thing to say. All I know is that it reminds me of a similar fighting style and the similar fighting matchup that I had the first time we fought. So it's pretty much the same matchup, just 4 years later.
Are you that unpredictable that you can't be touched, or?
I mean, I've definitely been touched in my fights. I walked out with black eyes and cuts and whatnot. It's far from getting not touched in these fights. But the thing is, it's about, like you said, being unpredictable. And really what makes me that way is I make adjustments accordingly in the fight, and I never throw the same thing over and over unless they give it to me. And when they make adjustments to what I'm throwing, I adjust to that. I have 3 different ways to throw the same combination, and it's a different setup every single time, and so it makes it hard to read. I sure hope he's made some adjustments and been able to see some stuff, because I fought everybody in his camp, and he's trained all of them and helped them get ready for me, and he's got a lot of tape on me, so that's actually a benefit for him and his camp, I believe. I haven't seen him in a while, but I fought Joseph Benavidez twice, and I feel that Benavidez is very much a very similar opponent as Faber, maybe a little bit smaller size-wise, but fights very, very similar to Urijah's style, and that's a good step up for me in my mind.
Using more real estate, you have the octagon to work with. Is that going to help you, being that you're a guy that moves around and uses a lot of that space?
I think it will, actually, yeah, because a lot of people, when they're fighting me, their goal is to head me off. You can say that, but everybody that I train with has to do that too when I spar. So it's something that everybody's trying to do, and it's something that I'm ready for, and I practice to defend against that tactic. And a bigger cage just makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, I would say the big cage is going to help. Beginning in the WEC, they pretty much put me on the map. Without the WEC, I wouldn't even have had a name in the first place. I was fighting out of Arizona and California before that, so they did big things for me. And this whole experience and fighting the people that I've fought in the WEC has been life-changing for me completely. That's the only way to explain it, is life-changing. And I've given up everything in my life, or been willing, I should say, to give up everything in my life to be here and to have this title and to be able to fight on this platform. And you know, I always said I wanted to fight in the UFC. I always said I was going to fight in the UFC. You know, but I never dreamed that my first fight in the UFC was going to be, you know, on the 4th of July card with Wanderlei Silva, Tito Ortiz, Ryan Bader, you know, all these savages up here on the platform with me. And, you know, it's an honor, and it's been a life-changing experience, and I appreciate it, and I'm having fun with every second of it.
It has all the elements of a big main event. There's the animosity, there's the title that's on the line, this is your first time under the bright lights. Would you say that this is the most defining moment of your career thus far?
I would say probably, yeah. I mean, fighting in the UFC for the UFC title. So I mean, anytime you're doing that, it's going to be the most defining fight of your career. But I mean, it doesn't define me as a person, and it's not going to define my career forever. This is just another fight for me. It's just another matchup, and that's the mindset I'm going in with. You know, I haven't seen Urijah in 4 years, and you know, we've changed a lot, both of us. And I've done everything I can possibly do from beginning to end for the past 12 weeks to win this fight. And I know that I've done everything in my capability to do so, and I'm very confident in that. So I'm just taking it as an awesome opportunity, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun out there. I mean, I'm in like a 1 percentile of people who get to do something like this. So really, I gotta be thankful for where I'm at and just have fun with it, because not a lot of people get to experience what I'm doing.
And say you win on Saturday night, does this take a huge load off of your shoulders with the media, you know, coming at you about the Urijah questions and, you know, really defining you as the champion of this division? Whereas up to this point, it seems like the story's been going back and forth. Can you be Urijah? Is it revenge? Does this get a load off of you?
Yeah, I mean, anytime I get done with a fight, there's a load off my shoulders. I mean, it's all the training camp, all the work you've put in, everything you've done. But that's what gives you the nerves, and the nerves are what make you sharper. I'm thankful for my nerves. I'm thankful for all that stuff, because those are the things that keep my mind in the game and keep me focused on what I need to be focused on.